So we're here at your home in Concord, New Hampshire,
Mhm.
and this is your home that you live in, and you are going to put an ADU here, even though you already live here.
You're right.
Why?
Well, I'm not getting any younger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 83 years old. Oh, here I am rocking. And my daughter has always said, Mom, you're never going into a nursing home. I'm going to take care of you. And we've talked about how that would happen. And she has said, if you needed it, we could build an addition on our garage, or we could build a little house in our house up in Gilmanton. And I said, if we're going to do something like that, we need to plan ahead. I can't come home from a hospital needing round the clock care
Sure,
and
sure.
suddenly have a place to live. We need to think about this. So we began thinking about it. And last February, it was just last February that we became quite serious about it and had this idea, thanks to pictures on Facebook, about a tiny house and whether or not I could fit a tiny house in my backyard. And that has evolved and evolved into having a small house built attached to my garage. Probably what's that, 12 feet from this deck to the porch over there. And my daughter and her husband are co-owners now of this property, and they will move here when I move there.
So you'll get to live in the brand new construction.
I will live in the brand new house.
Yeah.
Because there's only room really for one, and
Yep.
and they will have this house. And they have always loved this house. When my husband was alive, they fell in love with this house when we moved here.
Mm-hmm.
And my son-in-law has a law firm up in Franklin, and he travels from Gilmanton to Franklin now, and he will travel from Concord to Franklin.
Yeah.
That'll make a big difference. So.
Yeah. So we're going to do it detached completely from this house, out in the backyard there. So you'll have a couple walking steps between your front door and their door to their home.
Our plan is to have, and there will be a garage, it will be attached to the garage with a door from the garage into where the kitchen is going to be. And we're going to have a patio made between the two places so that we can have a area for cookouts and stuff.
Easy
like
to
that.
shovel, get between back and forth, groceries, stuff like that. Yeah.
And I've asked for a door out the kitchen, out into the backyard, because I garden and I have a compost bin, and it will just be very handy.
So how was the whole design process for you? When you were thinking about what's this going to look like, where's it going to go? How did you like that? Or what did you not like about it?
One of the joys of this house is the room we're in right now, which has glass all the way around on three sides. And I look out into my backyard that my husband and I fixed up to be very lovely, and into the woods. And I didn't want to do anything that would obstruct the view.
Yeah.
And that's been my main concern, is that a tiny house, because of the setbacks in Concord, it has to be wider behind the garage, come out onto the lawn farther than I wanted.
You're gonna work with your lot.
So it is going to stick out 14 feet, I believe it is, from this side of the garage. So I have to sit here picturing that. But really, I'm going to have lovely area behind it, out that kitchen door, so that I can have a little patio there too. And we'll keep the rest. The rest will be unchanged. I think it's going to be just fine. It's going to be an adjustment.
Were you overwhelmed designing this? I know we kind of started with one of our units and then maybe thought about starting from scratch and then put I think it was the ASA P504 back in there, and then you kind of modified that. How was that for you?
You know, the whole project was overwhelming me from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, this is not something I ever dreamed, especially by myself, of ever doing. And I said from the get-go, and I said it to you, Jess, that I don't even know the questions that I need to ask.
Sure.
I know nothing about building a house. So, but having Nick, the architect, to work with, and you all are so encouraging and supportive. Mostly I've been dependent on advice and help from you all.
Yeah.
And Nick. It's a huge help.
Yeah, it's a great help to be able to see that kind of in real time, your decisions. What would it look like if I did this? Well, what if I do that? Well, what if I move the wall? And he can all do that in real time. Yeah. And it's pretty exciting to make it fit. Because you have a very specific space back there where this needs to fit into.
Yes.
And we don't have a lot of wiggle room. So we needed to get what you wanted into the space that you had mixed with what you need
Mm-hmm.
and kind of find that happy medium there.
And what I need may be different from what I think I need.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm not going to have nearly the kitchen space, of course, that I have now.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm working in my kitchen, I think, do I really need this? I wonder
Sure.
what I'm going to do with this.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not going to have this anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah. Makes you think about paring down
It's a
and
whole thought
downsizing.
processing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But downsizing does not bother me. When we moved to this house, we had a much larger place and we downsized then.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that exhilarating.
Yeah.
And fun. I called it purging.
Yes, purging. You feel lighter. You feel
Yeah.
physically lighter.
And so it's not bothering me.
Okay.
I mean, there are very few things here that I have a strong sentimental attachment to. And my daughter and her husband are going to be living in this house.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing that's a real advantage, is that there's a room down cellar that will be devoted to storage stuff that I don't know if I can part with yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to know until I'm in there exactly what I'm going to be able
Sure.
to use. Then I can get rid of more stuff. But
Yeah.
and I can get a small washer and dryer over there because I know there's a larger one over here that I
Mhm.
can use
Mhm.
anytime I want.
Yep.
So there is an advantage to having family right there.
Sure. For both. It
So,
works for
yeah.
both. Well, for both.
I had a friend in Florida who called one day and asked about how I was doing. I told him about building this house. And he said, "Oh, that's perfect, Jane." He said, "You'll be right there, right handy when the kids need you."
Yes.
This is going to be a two-way street.
It is. It is going to be a two-way street for sure. So you are one of our biggest proponents and advocates and cheerleaders for House Bill 577. And I think we equally celebrated just as much when that just got signed into law. So why were you so excited about House Bill 577 for your particular build here?
Well, this is going to be called a detached ADU.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, it's not attached to my house. And therefore, in the city of Concord, I was going to have a sewer line, a separate sewer line and water line from the street dug and laid.
Yep.
And which is a very expensive process, plus a mess.
Yep. Yeah.
And I was really hoping that we could have it attached to the house line. And House Bill 577
Yep.
says that can happen. It can
Yep.
be attached to the house, to the original line, so that it saves us a lot of work and energy and money.
And money. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, how come you didn't want it? I know why, but I'm asking. But how come we couldn't just attach it to this house?
Because in Concord, they don't let you do that.
No, attach the
Oh.
accessory dwelling unit to the house.
Because this area where we're sitting is the best part of this house. This is just a little ranch house.
It
we're
is
in.
great. Yeah.
And this is a porch that has been winterized 4 seasons. And this is where we live. And we look out onto the woods. We look out into a garden yard that we have fixed to our pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, the only way we could think of that we could possibly add onto this house was to somehow sacrifice this room. And it didn't make sense.
Sure.
This is the joy of this
This is
house.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I, of course, when we started planning for the new place, I wanted a room very much like this to be my living room over there.
Yep.
And I think
we got
we
it.
got it.
Yep. I think we got it. We're gonna start building for you very soon.
Oof.
It's gonna be here before you know it.
Oh, I don't know about that. Before I know it.
It's gonna come quick. It's gonna come
We're
quick.
ready. We're
Good.
ready.
Good. All right. Well, I appreciate your time answering these questions, and I'd love to. We're going to be here all the time, kind of continuing to take photos and videos of your
Great.
progress and documenting it and your feelings and your excitement, your
Good with me.
nervousness, your hesitations, all of the things.
At this point, I have very few hesitations.
Okay, good. That's good.
And I just want, for the sake of whoever's watching this, to know how happy we are that somehow, by fate or by God's will, we got hooked up with Kinstruct.
Oh, thank you.
Because Kinstruct working with Kinstruct is like working with family.
Thank you. It is.
You
I
refer
know.
to yourselves as the Kinstruct family.
We do. Well, kin is family.
Yeah.
K-I-N.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so it's just been great. And I started out, as I said, I didn't even know the questions to ask, and
Mhm.
you knew what questions needed to be asked, and you knew the process. I had no idea about the process.
It's overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
Mhm.
I didn't think I could possibly do this.
We actually, a lot of times people will ask us, what am I forgetting to ask?
Right.
Help me out. Like,
Right.
what else should I be asking? What else do I need to think about? All of that. Because it's so much. It's a whole house. You know, not every day do you build a whole house.
Right.
So,
Not any day that I ever believe I wanted to, even making choices. I see a forest. I don't see individual things. Had no idea what kind of cupboards I even have in the kitchen, or what kind of light fixtures. And this is something this is a whole new experience to me, is choosing things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have to add that my husband, who died 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, Bill. Tricia, my daughter, keeps saying, Dad would be so happy that you're doing this.
Yeah. Yep.
We've included Bill in on this whole thing very carefully. He would approve. He would think this is great. There would not be room enough of that house for him and me to be there together.
Even the symmetry and the design that we were talking about was for a kind of a nod to Bill, right? Yeah. Because he likes the things symmetrical.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's great. That's great. Well, we're super excited to get started for you. We've applied for your permit and we're waiting to hear back. And we're going to be hopping on next steps here very shortly.
Whew. I can't wait.
Yay!
I can't wait. And I'm not ignorant to the fact that we are going to be living in a mess for a few months.
You will be living in a mess, yes. We tell everybody it's going to get worse before it gets better. But when it does get better, it's so worth it. It's so worth it.
The end result is just going to be.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yep. Perfect.
I want to be there. Oh, I spend many nights arranging furniture. And
good.
Thinking about this.
That's good.
In the middle of the night when I can't see.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.